Each candidate have their own celeb allies. Kamala has Oprah and George Clooney, and Trump has Hulk Hogan and Elon Musk, to name a few. American celebrities have been aligning themselves with presidential candidates for more than a century, and this first really began in 1920, in the 1920 election, when celebrities were pulled onto front porch campaigns. And you've got the likes of Frank Sinatra being friends with JFK, to obviously Ronald Reagan becoming president, to Donald Trump himself. Celebrities within politics, and especially around the presidential campaign, it's just a given. So does celebrity power actually have an effect? Does their influence actually do anything? So one of the key things that this celebrity influence actually does is it dramatically lifts civic engagement. Many studies have actually found that celebrities endorsing online registration and volunteering lifts them dramatically and actually empowers everyday Americans and citizens to go out and to volunteer and to register for online voting. And since a celebrity has promoted these things, doing so increases dramatically. One key example that I'm sure you'll kind of remember if you've watched the Taylor Swift Miss Americana documentary is Taylor Swift's power for, well, a lot of things really. But in 2018, Taylor Swift posted just a simple story on her Instagram calling for people to register to vote. And in just 72 hours, 250,000 people registered on vote.org. Similarly, Kylie Jenner also utilised Instagram in 2020 by urging her followers to go and vote, and the site which she linked received a 1,500% traffic increase compared to the day before. And a more recent example is Charlie XCX, who posted on X that Kamala Harris is Brat, which received 54.5 million views and of course created so many video edits and memes. This simple tweet is argued to have contributed massively to Kamala's digital online success and to her Gen Z outreach. The big difference with celebrities endorsing presidential candidates like a century ago compared to now is obviously social media. Social media means that celebrities have direct access to their fans and can influence them millions at a time. This could be seen as something that is quite positive because it completely opens up the floor for political discourse. So why exactly do celebrities have so much sway over politics? Well, some studies have found that belief and trust in traditional politics and traditional politicians is at an all-time low. Recent polls have suggested that public confidence in government has been declining steadily. However, confidence has remained the same or is actually increasing in public figures who are outside of politics. This then opens up the door for celebrities to fill this vacuum. And many argue that this is why Trump has been so successful. He's not from traditional politics and his personality is very different. It's not dry, you couldn't really call Donald Trump dry. He has a big, large persona, for better or for worse. He's arguably brought something maybe a little bit new in terms of complete openness, at least in terms of kind of how he talks. He talks as if there's no secrets and he's just blunt. He says it how it is. And this is kind of something that I think a lot of Americans, or particularly those who are interested in him, are drawn to. Celebrities are celebrities because they have a persona, and that's something that Donald Trump certainly has. He has a large persona. He's not one of those people who kind of sits in the background, talks politely, talks about politics in the kind of usual dry way, I suppose, which is, the traditional way. He is kind of outside of that. Money and personality go a long way in politics and in creating influence, and it is so clear that celebrities have both of these and by the bagful. However, there are some really, really big ethical questions when it comes to celebrities' endorsement and to their political influence, and that is one of political manipulation. Many fear that when celebrities endorse ideas or talk about concepts that they might not be fully 100% familiar with, then they could be spreading fake news and misleading people. And obviously, going back to social media, we are in an age of this kind of fake news idea. I know that's something that gets thrown around a lot, particularly on the political right. But it is true that there is a lot of misconceptions being thrown around on both sides, really, just completely on the internet, because it's so easy to do so. And I'm going to draw you back to maybe the Southport attack. If you haven't heard of that, I really suggest that you go and research that. There was so much that was brought up around that was completely fake news and fake posts and fake images of people. I mean, one of the main things to actually cause people to go and, riot and things like that was actually a post which was from a fake news site, which, yeah, that's what caused it. So we are definitely in an age where it's so easy to get misled by things that you see on social media. And of course, celebrities are human too. They're also on social media and they're going to see some of these things too, and they may, in good faith or not, share these to their followers, which is then going to mislead millions of people. I'm going to use Elon Musk as a bit of an example here, I think, because what he has done recently is interesting to say the least, which is getting people to sign his petition, his PAC petition, who are in Pennsylvania, which is a swing state. And what is drawing people to sign this petition is that he will give people $1 million for each day. So PAC stands for Political Action Committee. And what Musk is pledging to do is that if someone from, Pennsylvania, if they sign up to this petition, then they could potentially win $1 million. And he's doing this every single day up until the election. So what the PAC petition is essentially a pledge to support the First and Second Amendment. Elon Musk, who is of course the wealthiest person in the world, has already committed $70 million to the re-election and campaign of Donald Trump. Musk had previously offered $47 in a nod to the fact that the next president will be the 47th to people who signed the petition who are in these particular battleground swing states, and I think it was 7 that he was committing to. There is a lot of talk right now about the actual legality of this. I mean, many say that it's actually breaking federal law to do so. But he has already done it. I mean, recently, there was pictures of him in Pennsylvania with a woman who was holding up her check for $1 million. So it's something that he's doing. And yeah, whether it's ethical or not, for me personally, no, it's not ethical to do that, really. I mean, you're influencing people to vote through money. The only reason that a person should really want to vote for you is through your manifesto, through your ideas, for, I guess, you as a person. They want you to be their leader. And yeah, for your ideas and what you say that you're going to do. It shouldn't be a question of signing a petition to get some money. And it's not just some money. $1 million is life-changing, of course. I think the fact that Elon Musk is also the owner, of course, of X, previously known as Twitter, is also incredibly interesting considering his political views and his endorsements for Trump. Of course, everyone has the right to vote for whoever they want and to, speak vocally about who they think you should vote for. Whether you do that or not is completely your prerogative. However, there is definitely a lot of questions and a lot of issues surrounding the fact that this man who is so vehemently for Donald Trump is the owner of one of the biggest social media sites in the world. It would definitely be very interesting to see post-election some of the stats about this PAC petition and how many people in, say, Pennsylvania decided to then vote for Trump based on this petition. I just think that would be quite interesting to actually fully see the influence of one, the celebrity, but also his money. So should we see these celebrities as trusted political figures, or should we keep their influence in check? And more importantly, Are we actually thinking for ourselves, or are we just following the crowd? Thank you so much for watching this video. I think the election will be a very interesting one. Being a British citizen, obviously I have no voting abilities in America, but having recently been to America and also having American family members, and just also obviously being influenced by American culture as we are kind of, I suppose, in the West, it's on our news a lot of the time, so it's something that we all talk about as well. So it'll be very interesting to see. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!